Hi guys, welcome back to the Bright Life podcast. I'm so happy you are here, and I thought it would be really fun to address one of the questions that I hear about vision boards when I was making a previous video about how to make a digital vision board, like for your desktop wallpaper or for your iPhone. And I was researching what people are asking about vision boards. One of the questions I thought was kind of funny and spot on is, how do you create a vision board that actually works? So I thought I would address that here because I have a feeling if people are asking that, they may be making this beautiful vision board and spending a ton of time on it and getting the images just right, and then maybe even looking at it a lot and wondering, when are the things gonna happen? Like, why isn't this working? So I have some thoughts on this, and I wanted to share, if your vision board isn't working, my guesses on why that is. So I'm going to share 3 different things. I hope it supports you. I hope it gives you some ideas to troubleshoot and to make your vision board and your manifestation process more empowering. So it's not just one of those like throwaway exercises that everyone talks about and you're like, what are they talking about and what am I missing here? Okay, because I've been there. I'm like, this is how I think what you have to do to make it more impactful. So why your vision board isn't working. Possibility number 1. You feel nothing when you look at the images. So if you are looking at your vision board every day and you're checking that box, but you're not actually getting into the feeling of your dreams coming true when you're looking at it, I'm not surprised that nothing is actually happening or coming. So what I like to make sure of whenever I'm looking at a vision board is that I'm actually taking in the images. So I'm feeling, if I'm picturing abundance, that I am feeling as if I have all the abundance I can dream of, what that end product actually feels like. If I'm looking at something like a healthy, happy relationship, that I'm feeling love and gratitude and all the feelings that I would feel with whatever I desire in my life. If you're looking for the dream job, how do you feel when you get that job? So every time you are looking at these images, you've got to be getting into the feeling of them. Now, why does this even matter? It matters because like attracts like energetically. So if you are looking at something, let's say you're looking at abundance, you want to have a beautiful business and lots of success, and you are looking at dollar signs on your vision board. And instead of feeling abundance and gratitude and excitement for all the money that's coming in, allowing you to live your dream life, you are instead feeling either nothing or feeling lack and feeling like, why isn't this here? Why is this missing? And so what you're actually feeling is scarcity and lack and like without and frustration. That's actually what you are drawing into you. So you want to be mindful of this and just question and observe, because once something is in your awareness, you're able to shift it. Is what, when you look at your vision board next time, what are you actually feeling? Are you feeling excitement, joy, knowing something is here for you? Or are you feeling frustration, distance between your dreams, scarcity, like this will never happen for you? You're getting pissed because it's happening for someone else. Watch that, because whatever you are putting out energetically, you are getting more of, and you're also influencing the actions that you take and therefore the results that can come to you. So if instead of feeling like you feel excited and empowered around money, you are feeling frustration and lack, you're putting yourself into a mindset where it's going to be a lot harder to take actions that align with that future self. Because if you're feeling disempowered, if you're not feeling confident, if you're not feeling qualified, if you're feeling scarcity, you're going to be taking very different actions than you would from a place of overflow and generosity and wealth and abundance. So it's going to create more experiences in your life of depending on which feeling you are living from. Okay, so you want to just be mindful of that. And first thing to think about is, what do you feel when you look at your vision board? And if your vision board isn't working, quote unquote, do you feel nothing when you look at the images? Or maybe you're even feeling the opposite of what you intend to feel. So start to pay attention, play with that. and then give yourself time where it can actually shift. So don't do this once and then be like, I did what Jess said and it didn't work tomorrow. You actually have to give yourself enough time of being in the state of what you desire that it can find you energetically and practically speaking in your life, because you start to show up as this person now who's making decisions from this place of empowerment, and therefore you're taking different actions, and different actions always lead to different results. So it's kind of like the mindset, energetic side, and then it's also the very practical side of feeling different things is going to create different actions, and then for different results and opportunities in your life. All right. Number 2, why your vision board isn't working is you feel like it's impossible for you when you look at the images. So if you are putting things on your vision board, and again, every time you're looking at them, you are thinking, it's such a far gap between you and that thing, then I want you to use this as actually an amazing path in for self-growth and just personal reflection to get inside the mind and heart and subconscious of your beautiful self. So journal on, why is it that I feel unworthy of this? Why is it I feel like this is for someone else and not for me? Like, really start to see the thoughts that are running like tapes inside your head throughout the day. Because once you see them, again, then you can start to shift them. And I have to do this all the time. So this is not like a shameful thing of, oh, you should have better beliefs or things like that. No, this is like the daily work. I do this every single day. In fact, anytime I catch a thought throughout the day that I feel like is not helpful, I jot it down into this note file that I keep, and that becomes something that I journal on whenever it comes up throughout the, my journaling practices the next days. I choose one a day and I try and rework it and unwind it. And sometimes I have to go back to the same ones over and over again. So like, this isn't a failure or this isn't an exception. This is the work to going from someone, where you are now to like where you want to be for every new dream. It always feels stretchy. You always feel pressed by this thing because you are in the process of evolution and you're having to shift the beliefs and thoughts and feelings that someone has where you are now to that person that's where you want to be. So journal on, why do I feel unworthy of this? Why is this hard for me? Why do I think this isn't meant for me? Do I believe this is possible? And if so, why? Or if not, why not? And then the way you get to the better, more empowering beliefs is you think, what else could be true? How would achieving this be the best thing for me and for others? Because so often when you have a desire or a dream, it's actually going to help so many people. You getting an amazing book deal is going to impact the lives of thousands of people. You starting a podcast, people are going to be listening into from their kitchens and on their commutes and at the gym, and you're going to be changing their lives. Like, you having more income at work and getting that promotion means you're going to have more resources for you and for your family, and to vote with your dollar and to invest in the causes you care about, and to get more resources and balance and health for yourself. And so usually there's always a way that you even having your own personal desire actually benefits you, your family, other people. And sometimes seeing that is enough to let you feel safe wanting it, and let you start to see why it's not a selfish desire, but it's actually one of the least selfish things you could do to pursue your dreams and go after your heart's desires. So think about that. How could achieving this be the best thing for you, for your family, for the world? And what else could be true? So if something doesn't feel possible, is there a world in which it is? Has it happened for someone else? If so, it means it can happen for you. If it hasn't happened for someone else, does that still mean it's not possible? Or is there a world in which you have the desire and the heart and the resources, and you can learn the skills, and you can be the one to try and to take this on, and you can get the mentors you need, and you can learn the skills, and you can practice, and you can show up? There's just so many possibilities in our world. And so if anytime you feel distance between you and your dream, start to figure out why, and then lovingly take each one of those doubts and consider what else could be true. What else could be true? How can this actually deeply support me and those around me? So that's how you start to unwind things if it feels like it's impossible. Use other people as your guide. Use them as the ones that have shown you the way. Jay Shetty, a best-selling author, said that we dream through other people. And I love that. And I know that on social media, the lines get blurry and it's hard to know always what's the truest truth and what versus what people are just portraying. But use them as inspiration. Allow them to guide you, to help you dream bigger, to show you what's possible. Just take it with a grain of salt that, social media is a weird world, but use what you can as fuel and inspiration, motivation, and examples of what's possible for you in your life. And then the third thing, so why your vision board isn't working, is you think that looking at it is like the whole thing. So whenever I look at my vision board, I don't think that looking at my vision board is the step that's going to make it come true. I look at it like it's just part of the process. It's just the visual reminder that gets me used to seeing something and helps me bring up why I may not feel worthy of it, and helps, bring all that stuff to the surface. But I know that in order to achieve whatever's on my vision board, I have to become the person who thinks like that, who feels like that, who behaves like that. And so for me, the vision board just becomes this daily inspiration and reminder of who I'm becoming. And the becoming is where the work and the heart is, and where you're going to be showing up every day, and you'll be coming up against your own limits. Because that's just what happens when you're like the caterpillar in the cocoon, turning into a whole different form. It's probably going to be a little bit uncomfortable, and you're going to have to dissolve some things that were there that you didn't realize. But gosh, like what a process, like, what a beautiful reason to grow and to evolve, and what an invitation. I always look at desires and, encourage this with my own clients and friendships and everything. Is like, I think that it doesn't really matter to me what they are. I think that they're just the invitation to grow and to evolve. So if you want a $4 million house on the beach, don't make yourself wrong for that. It's like, wow, life is inviting you to grow into someone who can hold $4 million or hopefully more. That's what you're buying the house for. And that means, imagine how many lives you'll have impacted in order to create a business that earns $4 million, right? If what you want is to travel around the world, and right now it feels crazy to become someone that feels so free and so confident and so like able to just go out there and do that, navigate new cultures and languages, like, wow, like what an amazing thing to entice you to become this person who can hold that much freedom and confidence and self-assuredness for whatever else your dream is. If you have a health goal and right now it feels challenging and you are facing your own limits, you've never been able to sustain it before, how exciting that you get to become that person that is in that healthy body and that knows what's possible for herself and that speaks up for herself when she needs to, and that learns how to build sustainable habits. And so to me, it's like the actual desire is a small part of this. It's like the carrot that you're chasing that actually leads you to this amazing, fulfilling life that becomes what the desire, has in store for you. But it's kind of like, that's just the thing you see. And then the pathway is really where the becoming is and all the good stuff. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. But if you're just getting started on this process, definitely check out my other video on how to make a vision board. I will link it below in the show notes. And let me know, like, do you do any of these things? Or what else would you add to this? Like, what other things do you see when they don't happen? Have you realized in your own process? So we can all learn from each other. I'm no expert. I just am a human going through this and learning things along the way. And some of these are the things that I have learned that have really helped me to get out of feeling like I'm looking at something but not seeing a difference, to actually looking at something and have it be a supportive, exciting, like beloved part of my process. So I am cheering for you. I hope for all your biggest, brightest dreams. Go for the biggest vision board you can and let that be the unfolding and the becoming for you. All right, I will see you again next week.